So do you think this influences how Governor Newsom perceives the crisis caused by lockdowns and arbitrary restrictions, since he's not affected by the downsides?
Well, that's been the story of his life, Kara. People need to know that Mr. Newsom was put into business and into politics by Gordon Getty, who was the heir to the Getty oil fortune. And Plump Jack, his main company, as well as his restaurants, are pretty much all owned by Gordon Getty, which really matters, and it should matter. And I'll tell you why. Because all throughout his life, when he's encountered a problem, he can just run to Mr. Getty and get a check. Or he, in this case, in state government, he can run to the taxpayers and raise taxes. But I'm a small businessman. I have to solve problems, and I don't have anybody like that. I grew up without a father. I had to build my business myself. I didn't have anybody, as a backstop. And that's really important because we need to make sure that our leader is accountable and holds the people around him accountable. And when it's easy to just pass off problems on somebody else, you can then do that. But you need to solve problems when you're a leader of a small business like mine. And that really matters here because he's shut down the state. I mean, small businesses are literally getting crushed every single day. Our kids are kept out of school, and people want the problem solved. They want to be safe from the coronavirus, but they want to make sure that there's an economy there that's actually going to make sure that they have the resources to put food on the table for their families. And that's not going on right now, Kara. So I think it is very important to know Mr. Newsom's background and the fact that things have been handed to him, which is unlike the experience of myself as well as just about everybody else in California.
And even here as a California native myself, when I drive around and I just see the amount of stores that have all closed. Before COVID-19 swept in, we had businesses, it was booming everywhere. It seemed like new businesses were popping up, very niche and unique boutiques were popping up. It was the economy was popping, to be honest. And then now, of course, with all these restrictions that especially the Democrat majority here, supermajority here in California has imposed on this state, it has absolutely killed businesses here. And like I say, when I just drive around and I see the amount of shuttered stores, of signs taken down. But I want to get to something that you're issuing, an ultimatum.
Sarah,
Yeah.
I want to add something to that, too. And that is, it's not the owners of the businesses we're that worried about. I mean, we are, but it's the people that work for them. I mean, Disneyland is still shut down, and Disney World's been open for 6 months in Florida. It's the people that work at Disneyland. It's the people that work in the hotels and the restaurants and all those other people that are out of a job and can't pay their rent and can't feed their families. That's who we really need to talk about. But please go ahead.